Hello, welcome everybody to the AV Exchange presented by Midwich. I'm your host, Joe Dunbar. We're post-Infocom, so it's Thursday, June 25th? 25th? Checks my calendar. Yep, June 25th. I appreciate you all joining us. I've got my buddy Mike hanging out in back from LG, and we are going to be pretty much like in CreateBoard world today. Let me pull up the agenda. We're going to be looking at the LG CreateBoard, which comes in a couple variations and sizes, but we're going to dive mostly into the software with Mike. It's demo day, which is really how I like to do it and like to see the things live in action. So Mike's going to give us a demo of the software. We're going to throw our questions at him, see if we can stump him or give him a hard time, as we do. And at the end, you guys know we normally do a giveaway at the end. LG has been so kind. We are raffling away a CreateBoard. So stick around for that if you want a new 75-inch touch display. I'm just sad that I can't participate in this. I'm like, man, I want a CreateBoard right now. Before we get in and I bring Mike in, you guys, we've got some basic housekeeping stuff. I'm gonna skip the awareness poll. You all know who LG is. I know you know who LG is. Everybody knows who LG is. I just want to remind folks, please use the Q&A for questions. That's where it just helps me. It helps me stay organized. I've got a couple of screens going on here. Certainly sound off in the chat. Feel free to hit the chat. If you've got any experiences with LG, good, bad, or indifferent, where you're calling in from, all those good things. You can use the chat for all those general topics and things like that. And like I said the other time, we're giving away a CreateBoard, so stick around until the end to make sure that you are here for that, because you don't want to be absent. You don't want to miss your opportunity to win a 75-inch CreateBoard. So let's bring in my buddy Mike Stachura. I'm hoping I got it right. Mike from LG, how you doing, my brother?
Good. I feel like I should be walking across the stage or something there, like Oprah bringing out a guest.
I know. We've talked about this before. I want to bring in like some applause, maybe some canned sounds. I'm clapping here for you though, for sure. Mike, I appreciate you joining us, brother, hopping in and giving us some wheel and deal and demo with the CreateBoard, and in particular the software and that we're using inside the CreateBoard. Can you just give us, before we hop in and dive into the weeds on it, can you give us a little overview where you're based out of, what your job is with LG, and kind of your day-to-day, so we know who we're talking to?
Yeah. So my name's Mike Stachura. I'm a channel account manager at LG. I've been with LG. Actually, Joe and I were talking about this earlier this week. 4,730 days. So just coming up on 13 years. My kids are going into kindergarten. You're right. First day, last day. And I was just giggling like, hey, how long have I actually been here? So day 4,730. Here we are. Been working with Midwich for quite some time, so fantastic team. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm based out of Buffalo, New York, and yeah, like Joe kind of mentioned, it's awesome. We're giving away actually a 75-inch touchscreen here. So as we talk about the software and everything like that, hey, this is a technology you really got to touch, feel, smell, wiggle around, and get engaged with. So that's really the intent of this. So, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, brother. I hope you don't smell your CreateBoard is the only thing I'll say. But I'm otherwise with you.
New electronic smell.
Yeah, okay.
If any friends have a side hustle with like a candle making thing, put that on there. New electronic. You open up that box. Oh.
I concede. You're right. I immediately started thinking, I was like, uh-oh, something's going to be burning up if you smell it. But you're right.
Something about the smell of fresh ripped styrofoam.
In that box sliding off the top. It is very satisfying.
Magnificent.
Mike, let me get over here. I know you got a screen share pulled up. Yes. So you're in the is it the Ginzy, right? Let's make sure we're talking.
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about the tools that we're going to be looking at today and kind of how it works with it inside the CreateBoard.
Yeah, so I know you kind of asked too, a little bit about LG. Where do we fit? What's the technology? Why does it exist? Yeah. So LG, massive company. It's been around since the 50s. I was going to start with my favorite trivia question. So Joe, I'll throw it out to you because we're talking here. What is the first product that LG ever made? Nothing electronics related.
Oh, I was just going to say a television. Oh man, is it a shoe? I don't know. You tell me. It's got to be what?
Face cream. Face cream. So it was South Korea's first cosmetics brand, and it was Lucky Face Cream that then turned into Lucky Chemical Company.
Okay.
And then they merged or acquired Gold Star Plastics, and then Lucky Gold Star branding, all that, acquisitions, megacorp, all that good stuff. Eventually, LG acquired Zenith. And for our friends that remember Zenith from many moons ago, it was out of northern Chicago, Lincolnshire, Illinois. Awesome. So then that really launched the whole thing with LG. So where we live within this world, you got LG as the electronics company, but then there's the vehicle battery division. There's still the chemical company. They still have the cosmetics division. But in the world of electronics and displays, we are the B2B division. So it operates somewhat separately from the consumer side of the house. So everything that we're talking about here, the rest of the LG line card, and really what we focus with in the world of Midwich is around that B2B product segment. It's really cool. So LG shifted then the focus to a vertical approach, purpose-built machine. And this technology, the CreateBoard, falls under our education, corporate, and then state, local teams. So it is a large touchscreen, and then it's running Android. We'll get into the spec speeds and feeds, not too much, but a little bit.
Yes.
LG acquired this company, Ginzy, out of England, and it allows for a really nice touchscreen software, with a lot of fun, like little tools. So I don't dive into that.
Yeah. I'm hung up on face cream a little bit, to be honest. I just never ever would have guessed that. Can you tell us? I mean, more from the CreateBoard side, Mike. We know LG's huge, and you've got all these divisions. I mean, who's out there working with a CreateBoard, using a CreateBoard today? I'm sure these are in installations all over. I know we've sold quite a few over the years. And any notable?
Yeah, I'd say the two biggest verticals that this product's going to fit in, first and foremost, is going to be education.
Yeah.
Bringing more technology back into the classroom. So specifically with this, it's just, at the end of the day, it's a big touchscreen, but how do you make that experience and how do you bring that interactivity element? So this software's got a lot of cool things to it. The other piece, unified communications, video conferencing, video collaborations for your sort of corporates, your corporate partners, that are looking to have a conference room where you want to have an interactive feature, but you also are going to want video conferencing. So one of the cool things that we actually launched with within the walls of Midwich was a really nice UCC program. So if you want any more information, it's a partnership with Legrand, Logitech, and LG. So the L3 team.
Yeah.
Really nice plug and play feature that we got set up there. I'll give a quick shout out, LG at midwich.us. Drop them a note. It goes to the squad within the walls there. They can help get you more information if you're doing anything in corporate.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually probably going to find Heather Sutton on the other end of that.
Yeah.
But it is monitored by a group in case Heather's on vacation or MIA or whatever the case is. But if you don't know Heather Sutton, Heather is the brand manager that manages our partnership with LG and a handful of other brands. So if you're doing any LG work with Midwich, you probably already know Heather. And if you don't, you get to know her for sure. Oh, yeah. Mike, so you guys launched this program. You mentioned that the board's running Android 13, okay, for its kind of standard OS, but you mentioned Ginzy as well. Can you?
So let me run through kind of first, and then we talked about why LG. What we're going to dive into is a little bit on the programs that are available as well, because whenever you're moving into and talking to a school or selling into a school or a corporate application, deal registration is always key. You got to make sure that you're secured, but then it accomplishes the goals of that IT spend the school's looking to do. So depending on what their budget is, what your school is looking to accomplish, you want to take a look at the holistic picture. So this is definitely going to be a piece of it. So I do have some elements that are going to shout out to other partners as well that play really well. But what we're looking at here and what we're talking about is the DQ series. So this is the newest lineup, 55, 65, 75, 86, and 98. The DQ series is going to be running Android 14, which is awesome. And this piece it's great because you now have Play Store. So one of the most popular questions we get, hey, does it work with software X?
Right.
Well, are they listed on Play Store? Awesome. You're good to go. But then, of course, being Android, you can also install, applications if they have a specific thing they're looking to do. You have an APK you want to install. But you have, of course, your onboard storage, your processing power, all that fun stuff. It includes a couple of pens. So if you're doing any writing, interactivity, does include those. And you can tell, again, I mentioned purpose-built devices. This is something where you actually have right in the front, you actually have your input card or your input slots right in the front there. So you have your USB-C. If you're trying to connect the device to it, cool. There's a lot of wireless things, but at the end of the day, nothing's more beautiful and simple than plugging in a USB port or a HDMI port right in the front, and then you're able to share screens.
Especially in a lot of the environments we install, and I just not something to gloss over. To having those ports on the front is very nice because you get people who think they're going to goof with stuff on the back. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and you got to do the old claw hand to try to get back. And is my HDMI the right way or wrong way?
Yeah. And I unplugged this and used it for another thing, and then I plugged it back in. But did I plug it back into the all that stuff? So that's just a nice touch. I like that.
You mentioned Infocom. We had our little meeting rooms there, and I went into one meeting room. And I'm like, why is this HDMI not working? I look behind the TV. Somebody unplugged it, thinking of be like, all right.
I mean, we all know how it just. That's kind of why I stopped you at it, because like I know this is a little thing, but like it happens every day. At so many job sites. So it's a nice touch. I like that consideration.
Yeah, just be able to plug right in. I do want to give a little shout out too. There's a sort of a big brother and then a little brother to this series as well. Okay. So I mentioned the DQ. Yeah. There's also the BQ, so Bravo Quebec. And that's a non-OS version. If you're working with a corporate client, they don't want another OS to manage. They don't want to have another, security device on there. There's a feature where it's just a non-OS. So everything.
This is just a touch panel display. You can control devices connected via USB or whatever, but there's no internal operating system to offer apps or any. Okay, got it.
Yep. So one less device to worry about on your network there. So if you're going in a secure environment, it's a great application there. There also is a big brother to this as well, and that's going to be the Pro Series. So it's going to have an extra little microphone array at the top, speaker bar at the top. So a little bit more, and it actually includes then some more AI horsepower. So it has like a little chatbot widget built into it. So if you're doing anything, looking for a little more power to run maybe video applications, things like that, it's an awesome little step up there. So
nice.
Today, we're really looking at the DQ series. Again, 55, 65, 75, 86, and then 98.
So here's who's using these. I got you.
Yeah. So what you're going to see is a lot of schools. This is a major focus. And when you're engaging with their school, I mentioned LG's got a vast team. It's a vertical approach. First step, get a hold of your Midwich rep. Get a hold of your Midwich sales rep. They'll likely include Heather in that conversation. And then you would see an actual local LG rep that can go on site with you, help you with demo equipment, demo gear. Because again, this is something that it's going to be in maybe a technology shootout. You're going to want to have a couple options there. Great. Have LG show up, wheel one end on a cart, go there with you. So there's a lot of resources all across the U.S. that can help go on site with you. And they also manage the deal registration process as well. So when the rubber meets the road in terms of actually transacting, this helps protect you to prevent any, bids. So if you go in, you spec LG, you have a trusted partner that's got your back there. So really nice. And then I mentioned the Play Store certification as well. So as you're having those conversations, running Android with Play Store, does this software work on it? If it's on Play Store, you're good. So
yeah, pretty much anything that's there, has to be submitted and approved and everything anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And there's a lot of different collaboration apps like this school uses this for homework. Can we install this on here? Absolutely.
Sure.
So really powerful. And Joe, I just wanted to run through like what to expect when we say Android. What actually happens when you plug the display in for the first time?
Well, there's a big, I guess, there's a delta between like, especially like with smart displays being everything. Like I know that when we plug in a display and get it going, like it has its own operating system. In this case, that's going to require some configuration and interaction and stuff, closer to what we're used to with a computer and so much a display these days. Yeah,
it's very similar to like sort of setting up an Android tablet. You swipe from the top to bring up your menu system. You can swipe left and right. So it has that familiar look and feel to it. So any kids use the tablet, which I know my now kindergarten, soon 1-year-old, definitely uses it. I had to take my car to the shop yesterday and then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to bring your tablet, sit there, be cool. And she didn't want to leave. She's like, there's free snacks and I can just play on my tablet all day. I'm like, yeah.
Your new daycare spot is
yeah, right. Let's stop by a car dealership. They got free snacks. But yeah, when you first turn this thing on, you can see some of the logos towards the bottom of the screen there. Very familiar. We're going to have your Chrome web browser, your Play Store, your YouTube, things like that. But then it's going to add in some additional functionality that you don't traditionally see. Right at the top, and this is it's magical to me. Do you see those 6 characters there? You tap that, share.lgcreateboard.com, and then you can connect to that display wirelessly. There's no software needed to download. It will mirror iOS, Apple, Android, Windows. Very easy to screencast. Some additional magic with that too. There's an optional software to download where you actually get sort of a click back feature. So if you annotate on the screen, it'll save those annotations on your device as well. So if you're presenting and your boss is like, oh, we need to have more growth, or we need this, and he's circling that and drawing up arrows, cool. It's going to actually save you. You're not going to forget the help.
Well, that's pretty slick. So that's built into that's at the OS or at that level. So I can cast into here anytime from any web connected device.
Exactly.
On top of it.
And then it also has a feature where you can broadcast out. So if you have students that are remote and want to dial in, maybe it's a higher ed application, great. They can log in and actually see what's happening, see who's circling what the touch features actually look like.
Oh, so, cool. Inside, cool. Is that just like an application you're using from the Play Store or something? Or
no, right? Default built into it.
Cool. That's just sweet. Very
nice. That's right there. So here's a little example of what that looks like. You just go to that website and then cast, and you're good to go.
Wow.
So really cool. The other thing you'll see is then the side toolbar. And this is where what do we do with a big touchscreen? A lot of different features, functions. How do we write? How do we draw? What actually happens when you load things up? Cool. We can do a spotlight feature where we can show, hey, focus over here. Don't look over here. Look at this graph. Look at this. It goes to annotate over any input. So if you connect your laptop to it and you want to draw circles on your graphs, awesome. You can just load that sidebar up. It overlays on top of the screen. So you're good to go.
Is that sidebar something we can you just swipe from right to left and it's available to us all the time?
Click left, click right. I got to see where my hands are on the actual screen here.
Yeah,
click left, click right, or click at the bottom. And then it pulls that all up. And it's nice too. You truly don't need a remote to operate this thing. You can change the input on the display. You can load your little launcher bar there. So it's cool. Super easy, very intuitive to use. Try not to keep it complicated. But like you said, now the next step up, once you move out of the core software and feature functions, is this Ginzy software. I'll throw this out to everybody. If you GYNZY, which you'll get a little flyer after this, which has the kind of a link to that, it is free. So everything that you're seeing here, there is no cost to use this software. So there's an app that can be installed right through the Play Store, or you can go right to the Chrome browser, launch it up, and you're good to go. The magic is that each of the teachers can log in with their own ID. You can share it with your school. You can look through other regions. So if the math teacher and the science teacher want to have space week and they want to talk about velocity trajectory and math and numbers and y squared plus b squared, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Wow, what's the formula for parabola? Y2. Oh man,
I was just gonna say, man.
Oh, I was odd. I was
in.
We're A2. Somebody drops that in the chat. That would help me.
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
That's Pythagorean theorem. So
go with that. That's as knowledgeable as that. And that you were in classes that I obviously wasn't in. I see.
So yeah, if only we had a software to help us learn how to do math, that would be great. So that's what we're looking at here. So Ginzy is the backbone. LG rebranded to CreateBoard Prep. So the idea is that if a teacher's at home, they can work on a lesson plan and then quickly bring that to the screen in the classroom. A lot of cool features within this. So you can do things like partition the display. So if you want to have 3 or 4 students come up to the screen, drawing over here, they're not going to be able to draw. Bobby's not going to draw on Sally's screen. So it's going to be, you can't, it stays within its little realm there. One of my favorite things is that Smart Write, where you draw a smiley face and it converts it to an emoji. So I was trying to think, I'm going to draw a house. How good can I make this house to see if it can really recognize that it's a house? I'll throw it out there. We did a kind of a live demo of designing a conference room. So the integrator was using this in their sort of their conference room. And they said, okay, what's your layout? And let's draw the box. Now let's draw a table. Let's draw some chairs. And then converting everything to a little picture of chair, a little picture of a table. Here's the screen over here. So you're able to visualize really quick just by drawing on it, something that's actionable and a takeaway.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, really easy to use. And whenever you're talking touchscreen, it's got to be easy. It's got to be intuitive. You can just walk up. So now if you look to the bottom left of the screen here, what you see is your basic expectations of what you would want from a screen. Click logos or click boxes, move things around. I want to get a pencil. I want to erase. I want to write some text. I want to draw shapes. The most basic, beautiful, easy peasy, lemon squeezy features functions right there in front of you. So
Particularly in education, I see obviously like this needs to be like these tools need to be available anywhere and anything, and very straightforward, so we can hop into it without getting in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty sweet. But now there's specific elements. Think of this as PowerPoint on steroids built for a touchscreen. Cool. We got a big red screen here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the little tassel there. And oh, look at this. There's going to be all sorts of fun tools that we can play with now. So now, just showing here, there's like a little money counter. So the kids can walk up and, oh, I need $3 over here. Move this on over. It's got things where it's actually got like a little, it uses the microphone within there. And you can check the voice level in the room. Oh, are we being a little too loud right now? All right, kids, let's quiet down. There's a fun little tool in there for birthday parties as well, where you can type in, hey, it's Liz's birthday today, and she's turning 7. Put 7 little candles on there. It'll sing happy birthday. And then all the kids have to blow out the candles, and then the candles blow out on the cake. So a lot of fun little tools.
This is all in the Ginzy application.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and click.
With LG rebranded, what are we calling this now?
CreateBoard Prep.
CreateBoard Prep. I'm going to get that right.
Yep. So CreateBoard Prep is what you'll see in the Play Store. You search for it. It's just kind of that back-end engine. So the origin story was that Ginzy piece there.
Yeah.
So in this tool thing, I'll just pop around. Again, this is a little live software demo. So I'm in the app right now. Buddy pickers. Okay, cool. We want to break the classroom up into 5 teams. You go in there, type in everybody's name, and it just shows little aliens on the screen. And then one kid will go up and pick which alien they want to be friends with. And then it'll show whose name that is. So you kind of get like everybody's included. Everybody's feeling good. And I'll just click these so you can get an idea. So there's different randomizers, group makers, lesson builders for spin the wheel, flip. There's the curtain. That's what we did on the last one there. Text to speech, answer frames, games. There's the birthday cake we were talking about. Game show. You want to do memory? Awesome. I mean, one of the best, the old Jeopardy thing of how do we do the game tiles?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Easy peasy. There's a tool right there. I remember the days of trying to like back end hack PowerPoint to click this, jump to slide 8, and then it tops that up and trying to, you got to be a programmer to do it in there. Here, one little tool, alpaca race. Joe, we were joking. We're not doing this live. Joe is beaming. It's that one where you get the little alpacas that race across the screen and you got to go as fast as you can. Everybody's got to log in from their cell phone or their device. Okay, Bob's got 5 times 4, 3 times 9, 6 times 12, and you got to enter all your information. And 12 times 12, 144. we got that.
I like this one because you're sticking to questions I know.
Yeah, I know. It's like I can just teach like 1, 2-year-olds. That's the stuff I know. We get to like chemistry and obviously calculus, not as great. Charts, graphs, math tools. So really fun stuff. Money, clock timers, a lot of neat stuff in there. So tools that are specifically dedicated to a touchscreen technology. Now I called that on the last one. And one of the other little tools was Sink or Swim, a really, really fun game. All right, let's do it. Let's try to find one. Let's go with a leaf.
Oh, that's going to float.
Nailed it. Pine cone. What do you think?
Pine cones are going to float too. You can't stump me.
Oh.
I'm unstumpable at this game.
All right. How about the pear?
The pear's going to float. Oh, I don't know.
Oh!
He stumped me.
The peach. What do you think of the peach?
I quit now. I don't know. My whole... I feel
like... I don't know. I want to get peaches to actually test this in real life.
I was going to say, I'm not sure about this, but it actually makes some sense to me. The pumpkin floats, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. This does make some sense.
There you go.
All right. I don't know as much about pears and peaches as I thought I did, but I did okay.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, now, so I want to talk, one of the other elements, and this is what's really cool for teachers, is pre-curated lesson plans. All right, so Joe, give me a grade.
Oh, you got a B for sure.
Or what do you think? What do you think?
I guess you were looking for a grade here. All right, we're gonna go with 8th grade because that's
8th grade.
That's when it gets fun. Yeah.
All right. So now, what topic do we want? Social studies, science, social studies. What do we have for 8th grade social studies?
Oh my God, this is gonna be embarrassing when I don't know.
So now here's pre-curated. You can do activities, lesson plans, colonies of New England. And all this, there's over 2,000 pre-curated lesson plans for all the different age groups, K through 12, that a teacher could just load up. And here's some basic information. Awesome. There's maps, tools, things that'll be kind of curated to that group.
Do you remember, Mike, when we were younger and you saw a teacher wheel in the TV on a cart or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it was a substitute.
It's going to be the best day ever.
Yeah, it was going to be the best day ever. I'm now I'm a little sad. I feel like we've taken the one fun thing for kids and wheeling a TV into your room, and now you're going to be like, oh, it's substitute teacher day, and they still got a lesson plan here.
Right.
Because it's already loaded up in here. So there's
class
in this library for different categories, lessons, levels.
Exactly. And I know what you're thinking. What if it's not in there? What do I do?
I'm sure we can get it in there. We can load something in. Oh, nice.
Media. And of course, you want some videos in there? YouTube. No ads. It's got an education license tied to it. So if we need a brain break, you can go in and it'll just search YouTube. And there we go. Here's the new Toy Story lava run. Click that in there and they're able to drop that link right to YouTube. So if there's a specific YouTube lesson plan or something like that they're looking for, they can drop that right in. You hit play on the screen, go full screen, bring it out. Awesome. So you can embed that right in the presentation as well.
Nice.
And I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here as well.
Please.
And I'm going to go to AI image generation.
Of course.
So if they're doing Space Week, if they're doing,
we are doing Space Week.
Some holiday. I know, yeah. We got summer camp coming up here, so they have all sorts of themes. You can go in and then do different styles, different topics. You can create anything you can think of, and it has every safety measure imaginable. So I would search give me a picture of a taco holding a sign with a number 3, and it goes, whoa, easy. Are we sure this is approved for kids? So it does have a lot of safety features in there. I'm going to go into my images for a minute. Because the coloring book section, my gosh, cheat code. Any parents out there, feel free to go in here. Do it in coloring book style. Give me a coloring book for a 5-year-old. Give me a Care Bear playing with a unicorn at the park. Print it, box of crayons. Your kid's happy for 10, 15 minutes.
Mike, I'm almost as impressed at your imagination as I am at the technology. Definitely we're bumping your grade up to an A so far, but that's pretty good. So you just made all these in here.
Yeah. So just little examples of things that I made. There's a hyena playing video games. We went to the Naples Zoo. They had hyenas, and my daughter fell in love with hyenas. Here's the picture of how Columbus made it safely across during the 1400s, but we needed to make sure there were fighter jets there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
protect it.
Exactly.
So I really could take my own lesson plans and build them into this platform, so that I, still utilizing the technology, still using the same tools and everything, but then it can also be my own custom lesson plans or whatever topics we're covering.
Absolutely. Really easy to create content, drag and drop in there, and really create sort of an engaged lesson plan there.
Yeah.
And of course, different classrooms as well. You have all sorts of different backgrounds. So if you're a music class and you need the music sheets, you can draw that, add that in there. The squares, things like that.
Yeah.
Now it also has a quiz generator as well. So if the teacher's give me 5 types of clouds, or let's talk about different types of weather, or different holidays, or the days of the week, it can use this AI quick, give me 5 questions, 4 answers each, spit out some questions there. And then that interactive piece, again, as these students, it'll say pop up, log into this website here, type in this code, scan this QR code, and then all the students can engage with it on their own device as well.
From there,
so follow along. So really nice from the collaboration on that piece.
Yeah, it seems to be like a active hook. So screen connections for external devices obviously is a huge thing, and that seems to be well thought out and considered here, which I love to see. Mm-hmm. I lost my train of thought. You keep going. Sorry.
So in terms of working on your own device outside of the touchscreen itself, sharing with other teachers that might be in that environment, or if you have your marketing team that's going to upload your logo, they have specific slides for upcoming Spirit Week, anything like that. You're able to have your school be part of your license as well, so you can go in and actually say, hey, here's my school district. All right, here's all my logos that we might have. Here's all different things that maybe the marketing folks within there want all the teachers to have, but also allows for teachers to collaborate, which we kind of talked about as well. So if science and math are meeting up for something, English and social studies meeting up with something, however, they want to work. It is part of that, Google Workspace.
Okay, so that kind of you kind of jogged my question. I'm wondering about like tenants and like if this is a broadly managed thing that I can see my school's got 20 of these here and another school's got 20 of those there. If I want to share some common material or something like that, there's an easy way to do that.
Absolutely. So right in that share button, you can go in and then share with your school, share using a direct link, but then also in your area here, invite other teachers to my lesson plan, look at my school. What do I have within my school area there? So a lot of nice little collaboration features there.
Where is the back end of that like managed at all? So like who has access to it or who can see that or things like that? You know what I mean?
Oh, is there like an administrative master account?
Yeah, is there a portal or something like that where like, or is it's because I can access this from in a web browser, right? I don't need a CreateBoard. Like I can still get into. Okay, so if I had something that I wanted to share to you who has the CreateBoard or whatever, I can just open my web browser, log in, and do it there.
Yeah, I would have to double check with some of our friends how the admin thing is managed there. I believe it's just one, create an account and then you're able to share with those. But yeah, let me check and I'll get back to you. So for our friends on the chat there.
Yes, for sure. I did get one other question kind of coming more into the speeds and fees place, but Dawson wanted to know what the brightness options were for the displays. And you would have to correct me. Are the CreateBoards like 400 nits?
Yeah, 350.
350. Okay.
Yeah, 350 nits. And that's going to be across all the series. So the PN, which is that Pro series, the DQ that we're talking about here, and then the BQ.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Perfect. Good question, Dawson.
Yeah. We do have other displays. So if you're looking for something higher brightness,
sure.
We do have a couple partnerships with some touch integration companies. So if you're looking for something in the 500 net, 700 net, or even 4,000 net, we do have options as well.
I imagine in most classrooms, we're going to be doing just fine with 350 nits. Pretty typical, brightness level for something that's indoors like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Good question. Yeah. In the weeds where I live a little bit.
Yeah. So the piece of actually managing the displays and
here you go. This is kind of where I was touching.
Yeah. So in terms of managing the actual displays themselves, LG has a really nice program, Connected Care, and this will allow you to see all the status of the displays. Are they all operating the way that they should? Are all the fans blowing the right the right speed? So you're able to see and monitor any issues before a failure happens. So obviously having a display up is mission critical. You need to have that engagement. Your lesson plan is set. It's on that device. You can't have that device go down.
Yeah.
Through this platform, you're able to see all things related to that. This is the same software that actually extends into all the LG commercial displays on our line card. So I always like to reference my history here.
So like anything running WebOS.
Yeah. For any of our friends that remember Palm Pilots.
Oh yeah.
From back in the day, Palm was running Palm OS. Palm OS was acquired by HP. HP rebranded it to WebOS. LG then acquired WebOS from HP.
Oh, that's how we know. So
yes,
all right.
Yeah, so it's got its origin story. It's a little still dates back to our friends at Palm. It's really nice because you're going to see that OS is the backbone of all the LG displays. On the consumer side, you're going to have it do things like Netflix and Hulu, and you want to be able to download all your apps on your consumer TV.
Sure.
Repurpose that horsepower, and now you're able to do things like content management. You're able to do things like device monitoring. So similar form and function. But if you think of the school, they're going to have screens in the classrooms. They're also going to have screens in the hallway. They're going to have projectors in the atrium. They're going to have scoreboards at the stadium. LG has all of that available through Midwich, and all those displays can be monitored and managed right from this. And you can
connected care.
Correct.
Which is cloud-based, yeah.
Yep. So lgbusinesscloud.com, you can go in there. It's got all the different little pieces there. You can do in-transit provisioning. So as you purchase a product from Midwich, it ships, you get the serial number, you buy that license, your license is activated in the account, you can pull that serial number right in. So when that device goes for installation, this is going in classroom 4, boom, it's already, I see it's online now, connected in, good to go.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. That's that's
really powerful. Really powerful. And again, with the DirectView LED, it's you get a big, massive scoreboard. You can actually manage it down to the pixel level to make sure that screen is fully operational, Everything's working the way that it should. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then for any of our resellers on the line, there's really two approaches with this. You could offer this as a managed service to your end client, and then offer it as a recurring service. So take that ownership on of you're going to manage it. You're going to make sure that all the screens are up and running. Or you can actually offload that to LG as well, and LG has an offering where LG will manage it. So you can.
So there's a couple tiers of how hands-on either the end user wants to be, the reseller wants to be, or we can offload this work to LG.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yep, exactly. So in the case where LG manages it, anytime there's a failure or a fault, you'll get an email that says, hey, double check this, make sure somebody didn't lay their coat over the back of the screen. Or if there's all the power supplies, something's off in there, they will proactively deploy a tech to go on site to fix the unit before it fails.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, again, mission critical application. It's a really, really nice software, really nice offering. Again, this works with the CreateBoard displays and your digital signage throughout the campus. And again, I mentioned projectors. LG's got a real nice line of projectors, also running that same B2B flavor of WebOS.
Sweet. So those also fit in there. What, I might be jumping guns here, so if we're headed there, we can save it for there. But curious in terms of like warranty coverages and things like that, since we're talking about the connected care.
Yeah, great question. So all the displays on the LG line card they're going to come default with a 3-year warranty. It's a 3-year on-site warranty.
Nice.
Some screens are rated 16:7, others 24:7.
Yeah.
In the case of schools, we have a really nice program called the Honors Program, where you can get an additional 2 years of coverage at no cost.
Oh, cool.
And there's even an option for an additional 2 years. So if that IT spec requires 7 years of maintenance, beautiful.
You can reach that.
Yep.
I also
Midwich.us. Just drop a note, say, hey, this is going to school. I need 7 years of coverage. I need deal registration. And boom, good to go.
And just, again, not just to not brush over anything, but if you're talking about adding some years for free or whatever, you just can't get anything for free these days. So shout out to LG for that. And certainly anybody who's working with customers in the education space, do not miss the opportunity to get your additional warranty years on those panels. LG at Midwich.us, you can reach out and have the Heather and the team help you get that set up. That's awesome. So 3-year standard in the education space, we can extend up to 7.
Yes. And if you're going in corporate, so if you do have a, going in a boardroom or something like that, you go up to 5. So again, default by 3, and then you can go up, you can extend up to the +2.
Even a 3-year default warranty. I mean, that's it's better.
It's really a game changer. And I think the biggest thing, it's all for anything LG service. There's a nice portal to go into where you can upload your, hey, this is going on with this screen. Okay, great.
Yeah.
We'll send a tech on site to go fix it.
Nice.
So it's actually an LG badged employee that goes on site. It's not a random person in there. We worked with a power plant that actually did quite a bit of these. And they were like, hey, we don't let anybody with a pulse into our power plant. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But it's an actual local person that goes there. So we actually had him go through the background certifications, get the security access, and in the event something happened, he would be on the list of approved to go in.
If it matters to anybody, I have used or worked with customers who have had to utilize this before and have had LG people come on site, and they've been very happy about the fact that they could get their display fixed without having to go out and outright replace it. Years ago, we had a franchisee employee who owned a franchise of a sports bar and wanted to go against the corporate spec specifically because of that. And we ended up putting in LG displays throughout because of that. So there's certainly a ton of value in being able to get somebody on site to help fix stuff. Yeah. And then our education example that we're talking about here, certainly having those displays down is pretty critical. So getting the help you need is, yeah.
And they're all out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
So, yeah. Great team down there. Love them. LGEAI. They're our friends. So,
Mike, what do we, we're cruising through this. I want to make sure I was just going to ask about accessories and options. So we're right down the path.
Yeah.
Tell me what we have.
Yeah. So I want to touch base on just a couple of things, because obviously the display is going to come in the box with a bunch of, little accessories and stuff in it. But what if you need something different? What if we need to go custom? How do we get it up on a wall? What if we want to move to room? What if we need more horsepower, less horsepower, different operating system? So all these boards do have an OPS slot, which anybody in the signage space is going to know that's going to allow for a lot of customization. Right out the gate, you're going to see LG's got a Windows 11 OPS player, which you can just slide this device right in the back of the screen and then immediately turn this into a Windows device. So it's fantastic from that standpoint. There's also a Chrome OS option. So if the school requires Chrome OS as opposed to Android, great. That's an option. Or if you need something else, perfect. It's an open spec. So you're great to just kind of plug in and go.
Can I buy my DQ version that has Android built in and slot in, say, a Windows OPS to be able to work between those two operating systems?
Yep. They're right in that input screen. So you hit that button on the side, it'll give you the inputs, and it'll say PC, Android, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, USB-C, VGA,
cool.
Yeah, and then all your HDMIs.
So we're just treating it like another input. And specifically, you know, it's nice to have all the, there are a lot of schools that do require, that are going to work in like Google Workspace and going to require Chrome OS or something like that. But the ability to, you know, maintain your Android operating system. So we could go with like a Chrome OS OPS and the no OS version of the CreateBoard and just live in that world, right?
Exactly.
If we wanted to keep it simple. Okay.
Yeah, and then from a Windows standpoint, if you want to try to create like a Teams environment, it's wonderful. Really easy. You know your software runs on Windows. Architects love that because a lot of their systems are going to be run on that. And you want to do collaboration. Hey, move the kitchen over here. Move this window here. You're able to do that live with the Windows stuff there. So
I do a lot of interactive displays with architecture and design firms. I feel like a lot of them go into those places. That's a great example. Yeah,
and then want to give a shout out to, we do have quite a few mount options on the LG line card, so you can get all your friends at Midwich. Of course, your standard wall mount mobile cart. We do have a few options, but we do work really closely with BTech as well. I know BTech is a real strong partner at Midwich.
Yeah,
things like the carts that can move and then lay flat, different styles that, you want motorized, certain height lifts, different restrictions, things like that. So a lot of cool options from that standpoint of actually getting it up on the wall and then getting it kind of room to room. So.
And I think it's like it's a 400, it's a VESA interface. So it's like whatever, 400 by 200 for the 55. And I want to say 4 by 400 for the 75 or something like that. I
believe so. Yeah. The 200 by 200 for the 50, for the 55, 300 by 300 for the 65, and then 400 by 400 for the 75, 86.
There you go. That's making more sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've
so that leaves a quick run through of like the software there, the different features, functions. I know we're doing the raffle on it, but yeah, any questions that you see?
Yeah, we did answer a couple along the way. I know, well, I'll ask you if you don't have any clear answers to this or whatever, that's totally fine, or if it's not your wheelhouse, but Aaron wants to know if there's any news or development in like the flexible OLED displays, different category entirely. So I'm not sure what you know there, but
yeah, so there's kind of two different worlds in the flexible curve. On the consumer side, you got like the rollable TV that goes in the box and comes back up. On the commercial side, there's a build to order option, which you can go concave, convex, bend it around a screen, or bend it around like a pillar. So depending on the specs, we can work with some of our sales engineers to actually bring those to life.
So Aaron, if you have if you've got any questions on those at all, man, or any project you're speccing for, I'm going to tell you, LG at midwich.us. Aaron has my direct info too. So, Aaron, you drop a line anytime. We're happy to help out. Carol's dropping in the chat. Hey, shout out, Mike. Thank you for mentioning BTech. I know you guys work with them. We do as well. I love to see some folks getting some new mount vendors out there and, just opening their horizons a little bit.
Yeah.
Should we raffle away a 75-inch CreateBoard?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Mike, can you give me I keep threatening for about the last 6 months now. All right, I'm spinning the wheel. I've been threatening to add in like a drum roll sound effect or something, and here we are still without it. Oh, man. Well, this is going to feel unfair a little bit. This is how the wheel went, folks, so I'm just shouting it out right now. Aaron Peterson.
Oh,
congrats, buddy. You got picked by the random wheel generator. So we will get in touch with you after the fact to make sure that we can get this thing to you and in your hands. Mike, I appreciate it all, man. Folks, it looks like we got all our questions in here. Yeah, we got everything answered that has come in so far. Shout out to Aaron for winning it. Mike, any last things to leave us with, or LG at midwich.us?
LG at midwich.us. I mean, thank you guys so much. LG and Midwich have been partners for many years. Awesome team. It's been an absolute pleasure to kind of get to know a lot of the folks within that. And just the partnership is fantastic. Experts in the video collab space. the partnership is just absolutely fantastic. So
yeah, man, I love working with you guys. I had a distributor when I was still working for an integrator. I had a distributor who essentially converted me and turned me into an LG fan. And this was well over a decade ago, maybe a decade and a half ago. And since then, I've been a big LG fan ever since for a variety of reasons. But you guys are available to us and have always been great to work with as a Midwich employee. So that just kind of strengthens my loyalty to the brand. So
yeah, your office in Indiana is only like an hour away from the LG headquarters. So we're neighbors.
I've been to that office a couple of times. I did my direct LED certification there, and I know Carol and I have been there a few times. Yeah, I get back once in a while. I'm no stranger to that office, but now there's a big sign out front with my face on it, and they won't. I don't know why. But yeah,
first time I did that drive, I was going from Chicago to Indiana, and yeah, I typically will like blow, if I'm in a rental car, I'll blow through like the Easy Pass.
Yeah.
And I looked like a real horse in spittoon when I pulled up and they still had the gate to pay the toll. And I was like, oh man, I'm the guy holding up traffic. But
somebody's got to do it.
There's a couple gates in between the offices, but it's good.
Yeah.
Joe, thank you so much. Truly appreciate everything. Thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you being on. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. We have Mike Stachura from LG giving us the lowdown on the CreateBoards today. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with our friends at Turtle AV, and we'll look forward to seeing you then.